A mysterious intruder sneaks in and wants to kill Nikki. A Young and the Restless. Fan fiction. The Newman Ranch had never felt so quiet. A cold wind rattled the ancient oak trees surrounding the estate as dark clouds swallowed the moon. Inside, every hallway echoed with silence, interrupted only by the steady ticking of the grandfather clock. Upstairs, Nikki Newman stood alone in her bedroom, unable to sleep. The events of the past few weeks had taken a terrible toll on her. Family betrayals, shocking discoveries, and constant threats had left her emotionally exhausted. Victor insisted the ranch was the safest place she could be, but Nikki couldn't shake the feeling that someone was watching. She walked toward the window. Far beyond the iron gates, a pair of headlights briefly flashed before disappearing. Nikki frowned. "Probably security," she whispered, but she wasn't convinced. Hidden in the darkness outside, a shadow slowly climbed over the back wall. The figure wore black from head to toe, gloves, a hood, a mask, no face, no identity, only one purpose: kill Nikki Newman. The intruder expertly disabled a security camera using a tiny electronic device. One by one, the cameras surrounding the West Wing went dark. Inside the security office, a monitor flickered. Then another. The guard frowned. "That's strange." Before he could investigate, someone struck him from behind. Everything went black. Victor Newman sat in his study reading documents when he suddenly looked up. He had lived long enough to trust his instincts. Something wasn't right. He reached for his phone. "Michael," he said after the call connected. "Double the security around the ranch." "Did something happen?" "No. But I have a feeling something is about to." Elsewhere, Jack Abbott couldn't sleep either. He stared at his phone. For reasons he couldn't explain, Nikki had crossed his mind all evening. He considered calling her. Instead, he decided against it. "Tomorrow," he muttered. He had no idea tomorrow might never come. Back at the ranch, the intruder slipped inside through a servant's entrance. Every movement was calculated, silent, precise. The person carried no flashlight, navigating the mansion as though they already knew its layout, whoever this was. They had been here before. Nikki stepped into the hallway to get a glass of water. As she reached the staircase, she heard something. A floorboard creaked. She froze. "Victor?" No answer, another sound. Closer. Nikki's heartbeat quickened. "Who's there?" Silence. Then footsteps. Slow, deliberate, coming straight toward her. Victor emerged from his study just as the light suddenly went out across the entire mansion. Darkness swallowed everything. "What the—" Emergency lights failed to activate. Someone had cut the power. Victor immediately understood. This wasn't an accident. Nikki backed away until she reached the bedroom door. She fumbled for her phone. No signal. The intruder had jammed communications. A gloved hand suddenly appeared from the darkness and grabbed the doorknob. Nikki gasped. The door slowly opened. Standing there was a tall figure dressed entirely in black. No words, only silence. The stranger lifted a gleaming knife. Nikki screamed. Victor heard the scream from downstairs. "Nikki!" He sprinted toward the staircase, ignoring the darkness. Meanwhile, Adam and Victoria, who had been staying overnight after a family dinner, rushed from their rooms. "What's happening?" Victoria shouted. Victor's face turned pale. "Someone's after your mother." Inside the bedroom, Nikki desperately threw a lamp at the masked attacker. It shattered against the wall. The intruder barely flinched. Instead, the stranger advanced with frightening calm. "You don't have to do this," Nikki pleaded. Still no answer, only another step, then another, until Nikki's back was against the window. There was nowhere left to run. Just as the attacker lunged forward, the bedroom door burst open. Victor tackled the intruder with all his strength. The knife flew across the room. Furniture crashed. Glass shattered. The two men fought violently across the floor. Nikki scrambled toward the hallway. "Help!" Adam and Victoria rushed in. Together they tried to restrain the masked stranger. but the attacker was astonishingly strong. With one powerful shove, Victor was thrown into a bookshelf. Adam was punched to the floor. Victoria narrowly avoided another knife hidden inside the stranger's boot. Everyone froze. The intruder wasn't just dangerous. This person had planned everything. Before anyone could react again, smoke filled the room. A smoke bomb. Within seconds, visibility disappeared. Coughing echoed throughout the bedroom. When the smoke cleared, the intruder was gone. Only one thing remained on the floor. A small silver pendant. Victor picked it up. His expression changed instantly. No. Nikki looked at him in horror. You know who this belongs to? Victor nodded slowly. I prayed I'd never see this again. Outside, somewhere beyond the ranch gates, the mysterious attacker removed the black mask. A chilling smile spread across the stranger's face. This was only the beginning. To be continued.